All right, what's up, guys? Direct injection. For the people that just want to get to the nitty gritty, I'll tell you right now, this kit is about $3,200. I did purchase my kit in May of 2023, so prices may go up. You might find deals. Prices may go down. You never know. But my situation, as far as current time, that's what it is. And for those of you that have been following my channel, you know the situation I'm in. The last couple videos I've put out, I actually put up some 60 to 130 times. You'll notice that they are slower. And that's because my build, the last time I was at Paragon Performance, my car was on the dyno. When we hit the 735 the last time on the dyno,
I think it might be getting hot.
Oh yeah, the fuel pressure situation is getting worse.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what happened there with the fuel pressure.
Oh, right up here?
That's the fuel pressure getting way too low.
Okay.
I thought the supercharger was getting hot, but it turns out we were running out of fuel. Now, you can go a couple different directions with the direct injection system. You can keep it nice and clean in factory, and you can go with the upgraded components to the pieces and parts. And pretty much what you can do is you can do a booster pump, and that's going to be the auxiliary pump to from the tank low side to the direct injection high side, boosting more volume of fuel to the high side pump. And then you can go to an upgraded high side pump, and then you can go to a bigger set of injectors. Now, this is a very expensive route, and I'll show you here right now. Let's go ahead and add it to the stream. So here is just a set of fuel injectors. Now these are the FIC, which FIC stands for Fuel Injector Clinics. They're a very well-known brand, very popular brand. They're high quality, and they are dialed in they're actually a very nice, precise injector. They're very reliable. These are 30% over. You can buy them individually. One injector is going to earn you about $420 if you have to replace one. Set of 8 is $2,800. Now, like I said before, this whole kit's like $3,100, and that's the entire firewall forward kit, almost. So, and if you want to go to an upgraded high side pump, we're going to be looking Texas Speed, and these are all prices that I've pretty much just found, like, you know, shopping around the cheapest places that I've found. $3,000. So right now, you're about $6,000, $6,000 to pretty much, you know, this is just parts. You haven't put anything yet or paid anybody to do anything yet. So that will pretty much take care of the high side. You're still not going to get as much volume as a port injection, and you're still not going to get any fuel or any kind of solvent washing over the intake valve for the DI pump. Or I'm sorry, for the intake valve. God. So the DI high side pump, $3,000, probably looking about another $3,000 after you pay for tax and shipping on the pretty much every part that you buy. And then you're going to have the auxiliary. Now you can go up for an additional $50. You can select for from the 255 liters per hour to the 320 liters per hour. This kit I really don't like. It's a very messy install. And when I say messy, it's just the fuel tank on the Camaro is plastic. And once you start drilling into it and tapping in it, and you know, you'll notice that syringe at the bottom. You know, once you start putting epoxy around like a threaded area, come on. I mean, it's not the most high quality. Now they do make the kit Very nice, user friendly as far as like being able to bolt up and it ties into. But this is also a stage system to where you're not going to get like consistent volume at all at the same time. It kind of reads off of RPMs and comes in at different times. It says right here, the heart of the system, DX controller that plugs into the map sensor. And I don't know how they have it set up. The pump is activated at 3 PSI. I'm assuming that's boost, and shuts off when falling below 0 PSI. So it doesn't seem like it's a very high quality. It's just not the right. It's not the correct route to go, I don't believe. So, you know, if you really want to go about it, now I will say Fuel Injector Clinic, they do have nice, much like Tremec did with the gear ratio calculator, they do have a nice flow calculator. And now this tell you, well, let's just do it right here. I'll do, you can plug it in here. So let's do 8 cylinders, fuel pressure. We know, here, I'll show you here real quick. Right here, ZL1, if you look right in where it says people also ask, ZL1 fuel pressure is 58 PSI at all times because it is a return style system, and I'll get to that here in just a little bit as well. So fuel pressure 58 PSI, we're gonna go supercharged. Now this is kind of cool because you can plug anything and everything in. So this is gonna tell you desired horsepower at crankshaft or wheels. I'm assuming this is probably going to go off of like a 15 or 20% parasitic drivetrain loss. So I'll go, let's do 1500. 1500 the tire. Seems like the ultimate build. I'll leave the duty cycle at 90%. You hit calculate. Okay, so it's telling me, and it's kind of nice because it does break it down for the volume. Because E85, although it does have less energy per gallon, it is more stable under pressure, so it allows you to add more volume. So that's why it takes more to burn. So it calculates everything out, cc's to the hour. For pounds per hour. So yeah, if you want to go less PSI and put less stress on the fuel system itself, so you're talking more volume, lower PSI. So if we do like 45, drop it down. Let's see here, calculate. Yeah, there you go. You're going to need about 1,768 cc's or 168 pounds per hour. My high side is not tapped out right now because I will show you, for those of you that don't know, and this is pretty much the only numbers I could find, but these are about 140 pounds per hour on the injectors, so on the DI side. So 140 pounds per hour, you're gonna be like, yeah, you're still going to need, maybe you could get by with the 30% over FIC injectors. Still going to be paying $3,000 for them. I bought the whole kit for that. So you're still going to need the high side. I know a lot of people run anywhere from a 10% to a 30% overload on the camshaft. I know I've heard as high as like almost 40%. I just don't believe that stressing that pump out is the answer. So I just think adding fuel in is going to be a more reliable, better overall solution for this. Plus, you're going to have the gasoline running over the intake valve to keep the buildup down. And this kit, as far as making big power, is going to be the best solution. Now let's drop it down. Let's go to crankshaft and let's see if it... Yep, there you go. Yeah. Either way, this is a very helpful tool that you can utilize to build. But you know, adding that up, you're talking $7,000 in parts, and the boost to pump deal is just unless you're gonna go in tank and upgrade to like AN fittings and all that. I don't that's just, I'm gonna highly not recommend that unless you're really like maxing out. Let me just do this. Unless you're really like maxing out fuel volume on maybe like a SS and you just need a tiny bit more, that's probably when I would do it. But other than that, no. And I'm never going to recommend drilling and tapping into your gas tank or your fuel tank. So as far as like how did I get to too high PSI, I've always seen these people in the background. I've seen them advertised online, and I've seen them here and there touch and go on the internet. I really didn't take it serious at first, but the more that I did, the more I did. The quality of the components, you're getting premium product, and everything about it just made sense. So I know there was a kit rhymes with Weapon X, but I watched a video, and there's another control module that you have to stack on with other companies' direct injection kits. And I'm standing there and I'm watching two tuners, one car, one dyno. And I'm like, no, that. I'm looking for as much horsepower as I can get that is simple, safe, and reliable. Hiring two tuners to be on one dyno and having everybody there at the same day, and you have to do that every time you make a modification. In my mind, I was like, done, bailed, no. And especially for the kit being, sometimes you can find a sale on it for like $6,500. But yeah, you're talking same money. I want something that is going to integrate with the factory ECM, and this kit does it. This is the least intrusive kit, I would say. That's probably the way I would phrase it. On top of that, it's I got 1090cc injectors. I'm gonna have plenty of fuel. This should take me up to like 2,500, almost 3,000 cc's per minute of injectors. And it looks like I'm probably going to need probably about 65-70% of that. So I'm telling you, to overbuild and under stress is going to be way better. With this kit, I can add the 1090 cc's because it builds in as a gradation, and it just feeds the horsepower, or feeds the fuel as the horsepower demand increases. So on idle, this kit is off. Low RPMs, probably, I'm going to guess, half throttle or under, this kit is off. For those of you that just add massive injectors, I've heard that's a big problem with idle. This isn't. I can add as big injectors as I want, and it's going to come in stages, and it's going to be a slow roll to the top of the RPM range. And it's perfect. It does everything I need. It's the least intrusive. It has the most premium components, and it's a win-win-win. You can break it down in stages, buy this kit for $3,000, throw it in the corner, save up some more money, or do more research and look for the fuel system that you want from the tank to the firewall. Put it all together, put it on the dyno, and you've got all the fuel that you need, or all the fuel that you're going to need that is going to be required. And I will say this for Camaro Corvette, you got Deechworks, 4 fuel systems. You can work, there's a couple other aftermarket companies, but those are pretty much the main competitor. Obviously, I chose too high PSI. If you want to build my kit, I won't log into my account here, but I will show you that in order to build this, exactly what it takes. So let's go down to shop, the port plates, because you're going to have to piece this kit together. That's kind of the nice part, and it's kind of the bad part. If you don't know what you're looking for, call Too High PSI. Mike Sr., awesome guy. I swear to God, I talked to him for like 10-15 minutes, and the guy he is super smart. So first you need to pick a plate. And I'm going to tell you right now, you got 3 style of plates. I believe the Vindicator, the LP, which is low profile, and you have the R. I believe this R plate is the old style. I think what Mike told me was that this plate's going to be phased out. And then you have the SC, and this is going to cover most people, probably anywhere from 80-90% of applications. The SC, which stands for stock coil, because you don't have to move anything. Literally just lift the supercharger up, from what I've been reading in the instructions, put the plates in, make sure everything is torqued to spec, put the supercharger back down, and you're done. It's easier said than done, but so pretty much what you're going to need here, going into the SC plate kit, and I've pretty much kind of deduced from unboxing my kit myself, but just pick what motor you have, LT1, LT4. If you have questions, call them. They're super, super nice people to talk to. You have 8AN or 6AN, and I've been well assured that 6AN will easily handle 1,500 horsepower. It's just going to depend on what you have or how big of a ID you have coming up from the gas tank to the fuel rails. Go down, select your supercharger type, and pretty much you can... The 1740 is the stock one. They have all different kinds of applications, and these things are going to run you about $850. So any questions, like I said, call them. They will definitely help you out. Fuel injectors, as you can see here, you're going to have a couple different options. So options are good. That's what I love about this kit, is it allows you to unplug, replug in. If you want to save a little bit of money, you can build the kit differently. You can go all the way down to, they have injectors from, $450 all the way up to $875. It just depends on the plate that you have. Now, I have been assured that the 800, the 78 pound per hour, the 800cc injectors, those can handle quite a bit. Will easily put you in the 4-digit horsepower stacked on top of the LT4 fuel system. But I did opt to go because I just want to buy one set, one and done. I did opt to go with the 1090s. So it's pretty much, there's really nothing to spec out here. Select injectors that's going to match your plate. Boom, add them to cart, done. And then we're going to go to control. So for this right here, this connector, you're going to need to call in and ask them. That's that same square plug to US car. You're going to need to call in and ask them if you're going to need it or not. Just tell them what you're doing. Tell them your setup. They'll tell you whether you need it or not. $1,200. There it is, man. And it comes with everything you need, literally plug and play. Male or female, they have all the spades, pre-wired, pre-cut, pre-done, all the splicing, everything's done. So pretty much you're just going to need to click on the YouTube video and follow it. There's like 6 wires. And like I said, this is the least intrusive kit that I could find. This pretty much just assists the factory OE system and just tells it what to do. As far as like when to kick in, when to kick out, this is by far, hands down, the best kit that I've seen. For those of you wondering, 3/8 is 3/8 enough? And once you pretty much cross this line, you're going to need to go to AN style fittings as far as like feeding the fuel from the tank to the motor. From what I've been seeing, a lot of styles, they give you different sizes or whatever, but AN fittings are kind of nice because there's a lot of play. There's a lot of different styles of unions, T's, and everything. So there are some fuel lines and stuff that does not come with the too high PSI kit. I'll get into that later. The 3/8 or 6AN will handle quite a bit. So I don't know, and this is kind of what thinking outside the box or thinking for yourself looks like. I did find, and this is the only way I could find it, was, let's go back and I'll show you. So right here, if you look at the very top, everybody wanted to do 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch was the smallest I could find, but you can flow up to 150 gallons per hour out of 3/8 inch tubing. Now, I understand that this is water, but I don't see the viscosity difference between E85 gasoline or any kind of fuel and water. I'm assuming to achieve maximum gallons per hour and what their readings are, obviously the bigger diameter of the hose, the PSI or the pressure ratings, the volume needs, it's all going to be different. So there's probably not a one size fits all application here for PSI. So I'm just assuming that they're going to use whatever means necessary to achieve maximum flow rate. But this is nothing more than a demonstration to show you that 150 gallons per hour is what you can get out of 3/8 inch ID hose. A lot of good information. I know this video is long. I'm sorry, but yeah, let's get into unboxing. I'm excited to show you guys this kit, and I'm excited to get it on the car. But there's not a lot of information out there about port injection on LT4, and we're gonna fix that, man. So if you guys have any questions, hit me up in the comments anytime. I don't care. I'm going to jump out of StreamYard because the definition sucks, and I'm going to set up a top-down camera, and we're going to unbox this kit. I might wrap up, say a couple things here, but other than that, let's get to it. Can you see the difference? Notice that's a little bit better definition. All right, so hopefully this is going to allow just to give an accurate representation. I know you can see like the stand on my camera, so this is where you guys are at, but as far as like getting everything, yeah, in the shot, this is what I had to do. So we're going to be here. So in the kit, you're going to get 5 boxes total. It comes in a big 15-pound box, straight off the UPS truck. So as soon as you open that, you're going to see 5 boxes with paperwork. It's going to give you flow testing of your FIC injectors, and it's going to give you instructions on how to actually put the kit in if they have any revisions at the time after you buy the kit. So if there are, and I'm going to include them in my install video that's going to be coming up here soon. So hang with me here. This is the part which everybody loves. This is the big the jewelry of a kit, but these are the actual plates that you're going to get, and this is what sits right under the supercharger. This is what I love about what these guys are doing at Too High PSI. Everything is made a la carte for you guys. It's not like it's heat shrinked or anything. They actually use this nice plastic wrap. They actually, you can see, I don't know if I can get any, but yes, you can see all the logos and everything in there as far as the machine work that they do. But yeah, each one's made on the mill to order. Pretty impressive stuff. And these are actually the tubes that hold your injectors that are going to have the fuel rails. The fuel rails stick out from here, as you saw on the website before. So 4 on each side, 4 on each side, and this is pretty much it. Moving on to the next box, and this, when you get it, it's labeled hardware. You'll see. Boom. I love how they just wrap everything up. It's a very nice, presentable case. It's a very nice, just a premium touch, but they've learned how to do it so simplistic. I love it. So, Mike, if you guys see this, good job. It looks very, very, very professional. Right here, you're going to get AN fittings, and these are going to go right on the ends of the fuel rails. So the fuel rails actually have these anchors, and this is pretty much what I'm getting from seeing, if I can cover up my face here, but you this is actually what's going to keep the fuel rail attached to the plate. So it's where all the fuel rails are going to plug in, and yeah, so the fuel rail actually, it's got quite a that thing can flow quite a bit of volume here. So yes, there's a couple fittings, I'm not sure, but that's okay, because as soon as you read the instructions on install, it doesn't look like it's going to be too bad. It looks like getting to it is going to be the worst part about this whole job. Getting to it and bleeding the supercharger, but I have another trick for that. So it looks like you're going to get supercharger bolts, and these bolts are going to accommodate for the extra height in the plates going under the supercharger. Which is cool because the factory bolts are actually torqued to yield, so that's going to be a very welcome addition to the car and just the whole process. So that's pretty much it. Everything feels aluminum and high quality. Everything comes with O-rings. And I will say this. Sorry, I will go back here and I will say everything comes with O-rings on it. And I don't know. Let me get here. But yes, everything comes with O-rings on it. And these O-rings, if you are wanting to, and these O-rings, if you're wanting to know and you're looking for yourself, if you're ever wondering, the additive, if you're wanting to be resistant to E85 or ethanol, it's called Viton. And Viton is the additive which makes that rubber extra durable, because on a molecular level, or you know, it's abrasive. And it's like running sandblasting media through a sandblaster, and it will be corrosive, and it will chew up stuff over the time. But the rubber seals seem to get it worse, like immediately. So if you're ever looking for O-rings or any kind of fuel line or anything rubber that's going to touch fuel, especially with the newer fuels and stuff, Viton. Make sure it's got Viton in it. Oh, moving on. This is what everybody loves, and this is what everybody, I guess this is the most novel part of the whole thing. But yes, FIC, like I said, very, very well-known company, and that's what you get with, oh, okay, I got stickers. I didn't know that. That's cool. But each kit is flow tested, and this is actually spec'd out, printed to my injector kit. So, and every injector kit's just a little bit different. Hopefully they're not, but they are. So, yes, that's pretty cool. I never tried to open that up, so I'm experiencing that for the first time myself. But yeah, that's it's pretty amazing. Like I said, I got the 1090s, and yeah. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, it gives you, just like they did on the website, it gives you all the you know, pretty much base pressure PSIs. Yeah, and I would imagine if you have any kind of, oh, okay. So it looks like these injectors actually flowed out to 1077 cc's per minute. Just a tick under 1090, but everybody else's kit only came with thousands, so I'll take it. So yeah, it looks like driver required saturated 1090 cc's per minute. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. So, like I said, everything that you get in this kit is just premium, and it's going to be really, really hard to beat. So, here's the injectors that you do get, and yeah, really, really, really impressed. So, take a look here. Comes with a nice cover too. Oh man, actually, you know what, I'm not gonna mess with that until the install day. So yep, got a whole new set of 8. Very, very good use of $900, I think. Like I said, I just wanted to buy one kit. Now you go back and swap these out, you can, and it's only gonna cost me $500 if I want to go down, or whatever those injectors were. I have to go back and look. But FIC, very, very cool stuff. Quality above all. So yeah. Okay, moving on. This is the most probably the most boring part of it all, but the reflex. This is just the control module, what you get in the kit. Piece of foam to protect the actual hard shell where the module plugs in. You got sealing tape to know it's not been tampered proof. But yes, this is the brain of the whole situation here. They also did note that in the kit, if you have headers, long tube headers, or you steered away from the factory manifolds without heat shielding, you need to mount this under the, you can't put this under hood. So we're gonna mount this behind the probably passenger front fender. If I can find a spot in the bumper cover, maybe I'll put it there. I didn't really save the best for last, but it probably is the most important. This is the actual wiring harness. So let's see what we get. You're gonna get in the reflex kit, you're gonna get, okay, so you're gonna get a OSB to micro, USB A, did I say OSB? I'm sorry. USB A to micro, for flashing it with your laptop. It's probably gonna be what you give to your tuner. I'm gonna say you're gonna get the wiring kit, and I think that this is gonna be more intimidating looking than it is going to be to install. So they've already done all the hard work, all the hard shells and everything is done. Like he said, there's only 6 wires that you really need to worry about installing here, but super simple. It's just, you know, it's going to be one of them deals where it's measure twice, you cut once type thing. Maybe measure 3 times. Okay, other than that, looks like this kit is 100% plug and play. And this is going to be plugging into the injectors and just teeing off into the electrical system. So, like I said, anything that you have questions as far as like downloads for startup files or whatever, I don't think there are any, but everything's on the website, and they also do have a video. I want to go back to this bag though, because I want to say this, with this being the least intrusive design that I could find for port injection, this works with your factory ECM. And the fuel system, I would recommend that you go with pretty much the same that's going to work on the same system, as far as keep maintaining what Chevrolet, the code that Chevrolet has written with and got baked into the vehicle. This is it right here. This is the only way I would go, because otherwise you're gonna have to have another standalone module that you're gonna have to stack on top of it, and that's when the balancing back and forth between the yada yada yada. And so this right here, again, Mike, you guys did a freaking phenomenal job. This is so smart, you don't even know. Just if you don't know, trust me, this is genius design. So very, very impressed. I'm excited. If I run into any problems, I know I can call 2IPSI. They'll pick up the phone, help me through it, and you'll be able to actually talk to a live person that knows what they're talking about. So very, 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 very impressed. As far as like port injection for LT fueling or any kind of project, hot rods, kit cars, factory cars, I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to be coming to, or is capable right now, for C8 Corvette. This is it. I think that this is super smart. It's super adaptable. It's not really that hard of a system to actually integrate into the OE system, to where you have to have a freaking mad scientist to be able to stack 5 different systems on and just overcomplicate your tuner. Keep out for the install video. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I can't wait for the install. So other than that, until then, you guys take care, and we're gonna catch you guys on the next one. See you later.